This is 3 News Daily.
Hello everyone, welcome back to 3 News Daily on this Monday, March 13th. I'm Stephanie Haney, happy to be back with you after a little time away. We start today with your top stories in Summit County, where a man has been arrested tied to the discovery of 3 dead bodies found bound and gagged on Friday. Elias Gudino was arrested early Saturday, and federal court records show he's a known drug trafficker. Our Lydia Esparra shares what we know now.
2 men found tied and gagged in this wooded area in Akron. A short drive away, a 3rd male. The same scenario, found tied and gagged. All 3 were shot in the head. Investigators are saying this man, 58-year-old Elias Gudino, is responsible for their deaths. 3 News Investigates obtained these documents. Gudino, according to the criminal complaint filed in federal court, was a drug trafficker. His rap sheets date all the way back to the 1990s. Court documents state his operation was based in southern Mexico and was extended right here to Ohio, Michigan, Illinois, Colorado, and Oklahoma. When he was arrested, he was found with 8 kilos of cocaine. He was convicted and sent to prison in 2009 and was released in 2017. 3 federal informants helped send Gudino to the federal penitentiary, all corroborating the DEA's findings. Gudino was a multi-kilogram cocaine distributor. One informant linked Gudino to known drug trafficker Tommy Rice of Akron. Rice is serving a 20-year sentence. On Gudino's Facebook page, he talks about being a grandfather and his landscaping business. From all accounts, neighbors say he seemed to be an ordinary person.
Just a nice guy, nice neighbor, quiet, went to work, did his job.
A working-class man living a simple life, but a man with a hidden past.
Now, police haven't yet told us the names of the victims in this case. Gudino made his first court appearance this morning in Barberton, where the judge entered a technical plea of not guilty on his behalf. Now he's being held in custody without bond. Now for an update in the Alishah Pointer murder trial, where 3 people are accused of kidnapping, torturing, and killing her. After a short lunch break today, there was a motion for mistrial. Court staff say there was a communication error and they sent procedural documents only to the prosecutors. This is considered ex parte communication, and that means the court improperly communicated about the case with only one side. So out of caution, the court granted the motion to declare a mistrial and the judge removed himself from the case. Now the process will have to start over and the trial will begin again at a later date. In East Palestine, EPA officials released their latest report on the ongoing cleanup and soil testing of the area where toxic chemicals were released after a train derailed. The EPA says Norfolk Southern collected 52 soil samples and 25 sites have been inspected. They want the public to know their contractors wearing neon green vests will be out again this week to collect more. The EPA has also conducted 615 home re-entry screenings and is still monitoring the air at 23 stations throughout the community. They still say no vinyl chloride or hydrogen chloride has been found. Now today, the Ohio Ballot Board met to review a proposed Ohio constitutional amendment that would ensure Ohioans have the right to an abortion. It was being reviewed to make sure the amendment covered only a single issue, and the board found that it did. Now the process can continue, and if all goes as planned, Ohioans could see this amendment on the ballot in November. Now, if you had money deposited at Silicon Valley banks, the government said overnight it should be just fine. The institution collapsed on Friday, putting customers' access to their money at risk. Here's President Joe Biden talking about it this morning.
First, all customers who had deposits in these banks can rest assured. I want to rest assured they'll be protected and they'll have access to their money as of today. That includes small businesses across the country that bank there and need to make payroll, pay their bills, and stay open for business.
Now, the president also said, along with Secretary of the Treasury Janet Yellen, that the federal government will not bail out the Silicon Valley Bank. Now to this week's Mission Possible report with an update on a project we first told you about last year, Central Villa 25. It hopes to become the heart of the Clark Fulton neighborhood with restaurants, businesses, and places to celebrate Latino culture. Our Carmen Blackwell reports.
This is really creating a transformation for our city to really have a destination place for the Latino communities.
No longer just drawing on a paper, Centro Villa 25 is on its way to becoming a bustling construction site, transforming a vacant warehouse in the Clark Fulton neighborhood into retail space, commercial kitchen, and a business innovation center. Fundraising phase to building phase. Groundbreaking is almost here.
It still seems a little surreal to me that we are finally at the closing stage for the project.
Janice Contreras of Northeast Ohio Hispanic Center for Economic Development has spent a decade working on this project. For the neighborhood, the wait even longer.
It's been over 4 decades for the Latino community where they've dreamed of having a place where we could celebrate our culture, where we could grow businesses.
A space for new businesses, events, and community celebrations. The neighborhood rallied around the project. Corporate and nonprofit partners have also joined in. Like Jumpstart, which provides services, capital, and connections to tech startup, they have helped create learning centers like this one in the Union Miles neighborhood. Jumpstart has committed $750,000 over the next 3 years to create on-site services at Centro Villa.
A dedicated resource focused on assisting Latino Hispanic tech entrepreneurs as they launch their startups. That's a very unique resource that doesn't necessarily exist anywhere else in the Cleveland community at this point.
The Sherwin-Williams Foundation is also providing funding for construction, training support, and technical assistance to Latino contractors.
We know that there's a lot of construction projects happening in the city, yet we don't have the subcontractors to do all this work.
So this back area will be the home to our specialty grocer store.
Due to rising construction costs, Centro Villa 25 will now be a $12 million project. A large undertaking for a small nonprofit, but a vital one to make the Latino community visible.
It was important that we owned the project. It was important that we developed it around the needs of the business owners, of the communities intended to serve.
That's what success looks like, growth and impact within the Northeast Ohio community.
Next month, the warehouse becomes a construction site with a grand opening in the summer of 2024.
Our project is small in the scale of other projects that are being built in our city, yet the impact that it has is going to surpass generations.
Carmen Blackwell, 3 News.
Lots of exciting things happening there for sure. Now, the Clark Fulton neighborhood has the most Latino residents in one concentrated area in the state of Ohio. And according to the 2020 census, Cleveland gained more than 9,000 Hispanic residents during the 10-year period from 2010 to 2020. All right, let's talk Oscars. One film in particular had a very good night last night. NBC's Gina Kim wraps it all up for us from Hollywood.
And the Oscar goes to Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
That summed up Sunday night's Academy Awards in a nutshell. The quirky multiverse saga dominated with 7 wins, including Best Picture.
This award is ours.
The film's creators Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert shared Best Original Screenplay as well as Best Director, while Michelle Yeoh won Best Actress, the first Asian woman and only the second woman of color to earn the award.
For all the little boys and girls who look like me watching tonight, this is a beacon of hope and possibilities.
Yeoh's victory was one of 3 acting prizes for the film. Kwan, a former child actor and Vietnamese refugee, was overcome with emotion in winning Best Supporting Actor.
This is the American dream.
And just moments after Kwan's victory,
Jamie Lee
his castmate, daughter of screen legends Janet Leigh and Tony Curtis, won Best Supporting Actress.
I just won an
Oscar. Even the Best Actor winner was caught up in the everything wave.
So this is what the multiverse looks like.
Brendan Fraser soaking in his win for The Whale.
I'm grateful to Darren Aronofsky for throwing me a creative lifeline and hauling me aboard the good ship The Whale.
As for the show itself, it was relatively smooth sailing.
If anything unpredictable or violent happens during the ceremony, just do what you did last year. Nothing.
It was a night where the buzz was about the winners. Gina Kim, NBC News, Hollywood.
We just can't get away from those Will Smith references, can we? But I will say I got chills listening to those acceptance speeches. Congratulations to all the winners. And coming up tonight at 4 o'clock, we're talking all things fashion from last night's awards ceremony. We'll have contributor Hallie Abrams with us. All right, we're 2 days in now to daylight saving time, and if you're feeling groggy, you are not alone. So if you're wondering what you can do over the next few days to adjust to the time change, the Cleveland Clinic's Director of Behavioral Sleep Medicine recommends a couple things. Buy a light therapy box, and this will simulate the sun rising even when it's dark out. And do not hit that snooze button. I will be making a note of this myself. I think I hit it 5 times this morning alone. These things will help your brain signal to your body that it is time to get up. All right, now let's take a moment to celebrate the Kent State men's basketball team. They are playing in the NCAA March Madness tournament. The team got together for a watch party at the Water Street Tavern in Kent to find out that they play Indiana in round 1. Now, Kent beat Toledo Saturday night 93-78 to win the MAC title and earn the number 13 seed in the NCAA tournament. And Kent and Indiana will face off Friday at 9:55 p.m. That is going to make for a very long St. Patrick's Day. Now that brings us to our question of the day. We want to know, how far do you think the Golden Flashes will go in the NCAA tournament? Post your comment to the WKYC Facebook page and we'll talk about it during What's New at 4 o'clock. Now listen, I know that Indiana is favored, but I think we got this one. The winner plays the Miami Hurricanes or Iowa's Drake Bulldogs. I think we're at least getting through these first 2 rounds. I'm going Elite 8 for the Kent State Golden Flashes. Thanks for watching today's edition of 3 News Daily. Remember, you can catch the live version on your TVs. We are on at 122 and 152 Monday through Friday. Whether you're watching us on WKYC Plus, YouTube, Instagram, or listening on your favorite podcast platform, we appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow. Everybody have a great Monday.